I want to ask you something honest. So, deep down, do you actually feel like the way you're studying Korean right now is working? Not just keeping you busy or making you feel productive, but actually getting you somewhere. Because if you're really honest with yourself, I think you already know the answer. And yet, you keep doing it. The same app, the same routine, the same method, week after week, and month after month. And the results stay exactly the same. Today, I want to talk about why that happens and, more importantly, what to do instead. Let me describe something that might feel familiar. So, you have a routine. Maybe it's an app you open every morning, or watch a K drama, or grammar book you review, and you do it consistently. But somewhere in the back of your mind, there's this feeling. This doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. I've been doing this for months, maybe longer, and I still can't really speak. And then you think, maybe I just need more time. Maybe I need to study harder. Maybe I need a better app. So you keep going. Same method with same routine. I want to tell you something. That day will not come if you keep doing what you're doing. Here's something that sounds obvious, but most learners never really apply it. If a method isn't giving you results, doing more of it will not suddenly start giving you results. Think about it this way. Imagine you want to get from Seoul to Busan. You get in your car, you start driving, but you're going in the wrong direction. So now what do? Do you drive faster or do you drive longer? No, you stop and you check the direction and you go on a different way, right? But Korean learners don't do this. When their method isn't working, they don't stop and check the direction. They just drive harder. They study more hours. They push themselves to be more consistent. And they get farther and farther from where they actually want to go. So, why does this happen? Why do smart, motivated, hardworking people keep doing something they already know it isn't working? I think there are two main reasons. And the first reason is that the method feels productive. Opening an app feels like progress. Reviewing flashcards feels like learning. Watching a Korean video feels like studying. And in a way, they're learning something, just not toward a goal they actually have. And here's the difference that most learners miss. There is a big gap between learning Korean and learning to speak Korean. Most study methods are very good at helping you understand Korean. Read it, recognize it, follow along with it. But almost no study methods actually practices the skill of speaking, which is producing Korean out loud in real time. The second reason is that changing feels scary. When you've been doing something for a long time, stopping it feels like giving up. What if the new method is also wrong? What if I waste more time? So they stay with what's familiar and the months keep passing. Here's what I want you to understand. So, finding the right method isn't complicated. It doesn't require a perfect system or a special app or hours of study every day. It requires only one thing: doing the actual skill you want to build. If your goal is to speak Korean confidently, your method has to include actually speaking Korean out loud with feedback consistently. Not understanding more Korean, not reviewing more grammar, not watching more content, just speaking every single day with somebody who corrects you and helps you say it better. That's it. That's the method. And most learners have never actually tried it. Why? Because it's the most uncomfortable option. And discomfort makes us stay with what feels safe. But as you know, safety isn't what gets you to fluency. Doing the right thing is. Let me tell you about one student I worked with in the past. So, she had been learning Korean for almost 2 years every single day without missing. She finished multiple apps, she watched hundreds of videos, and she studied grammar carefully. But when she came to me and when I spoke Korean to her, she couldn't respond. And she said something that I hear very often. She said, I know I'm not improving the way I want to, but I don't know what else to do. So I just keep doing what I'm doing. That sentence really stayed with me. She knew the method wasn't working, but she stayed with it because she didn't know what to do. So we changed one thing together. So instead of consuming Korean every day, she started producing Korean every day. So she sent me one recording and I sent back one correction and she repeated it the right version until it felt natural and automatic. After 3 weeks, she said, I improved more in 3 weeks than in the last 6 months combined. Same effort, but a different direction. So here's what I want you to do. First, stop and ask yourself one honest question. Is my current method actually practicing the skill I want to build? And if the answer is no, that's not a failure. That's just information. And now you know what to change. Second, replace 1 hour of consuming Korean with 10 minutes of producing Korean. Just 10 minutes out loud about anything your day, what you ate, what you like, or what you're thinking about. Third, get feedback on what comes out. Speaking without feedback is like practicing the wrong thing with confidence. You need somebody to tell you specifically what to fix and show you the right version so you're building the right habit. This is exactly why every week inside my free Korean community, I post a speaking challenge with one specific prompt. You record yourself in Korean and you post it in the comments. I reply personally with exactly what to fix and the right version to practice. No consuming, no reviewing, just speaking with real feedback every week for free. The speaking challenge for this week is already posted and the link is in the description. I want to leave you with something simple. You already know somewhere inside that what you're doing right now isn't giving you what you want. And that feeling is useful. It's telling you to change direction, not to study harder, not to be more consistent with the wrong method, but to change what you're actually doing every day. The learners who reach fluency are not the ones who work the hardest. They're the ones who found the right direction and kept going. You already know enough Korean to start speaking. You don't need more preparation. You need a different method. Start there